So I thought of somebody else that I'd like to tell it got better. And this is in honor of Don't Ask, Don't Tell being repealed, which happened in this past week, which I've never served in the military, but this is related. And that's as close as I've ever gotten. So when I was a senior in college, not so long ago, I'm walking through like the student union one day, and sorry, I'm out in the woods and there's mosquitoes. And all of their students are like in suits and things like that, which is a mystery to me. And it turns out it's because there's a job fair, which had not even occurred to me that that I would need to get a job. So much less I didn't own a suit. So in any case, I'm a little shocked by this whole thing, but most shocking is as I'm walking through, I see this table and there's two guys in military uniforms there. Which this was still during the time where most universities were telling the military that you couldn't interview on campus or do certain things because of Don't Ask, Don't Tell. And the military was like, well, yes, we can. And the universities were like, well, no, you can't. And then, of course, they're the military. They've got the guns. Of course, they won. So eventually some kind of thing was worked out where the military was allowed to be there. So these two guys are standing there. And keep in mind, again, I have no interest in a job at this point. Certainly much less with them. But it still irritates the shit out of me. So I go and complain. And I'm told, like, no, this has to happen now. And so I go over to, like, the gay student union building. And I print out these sheets that say the employer behind me discriminates on the basis of sexual orientation, because I knew if I just put down posters there would be some like rule about that, but you can wear anything you want on campus. So I tape that to my shirt and I go back to the student union thing and I stand in front of the table, like 3 feet away from it, right? So I've got this sign that just says, the employer behind me discriminates on the basis of sexual orientation, which is A, totally true, and B, is pretty much enough to alienate anybody, at least anybody who's going to go up to this table, right? Because you're not going to walk past me and go talk to this guy when I'm standing there and I clearly look like you don't want to fuck with me. You don't want to walk past me, that's for sure. I'm very, very, if nothing else, I'm very conspicuous. So in any case, so one of the military dudes, the other guy doesn't seem to care so much, but the one dude is huge, right? He's like 6'3". I think he's a Marine. He's got like, well, I guess they all have that haircut, but he definitely has like the brush cut thing going on. He's in his uniform. He just looks really intimidating and he looks really pissed off. And so apparently he just goes and raises like a total shitstorm complaining, rah, 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 rah. You know, we're supposed to be here and we're supposed to be able to interview students and this guy is totally screwing with it and stuff. And so he gets told exactly what I knew he would be told, which is I can do whatever I want. It's freaking my campus. I'm paying a shitload in tuition. And so there's nothing he can do about it. And since I'm wearing the signs, there's like they can't be removed. So anyway, I sat there for like 2.5 freaking hours standing there. And I had other shit to do, right? So, but I stood there and nobody visited their table. Nobody, right? And so after a while they packed up and left because there wasn't really a point of being there. So in any case, I kind of won that day anyway because the guy had to leave and I kind of got the better of him and there's nothing he could do about it despite looking like he wanted to beat the shit out of me. But I still think it's worth telling this gentleman that it got better, right? Because as pissy as he was about this whole thing, well, guess what? Now the gays can be in the military with you, right? So that pissy, shitty look you were giving me because I was the gay dude giving you shit, well, guess what? Now they're right next to you, and some of them are probably responsible for making sure you don't get your ass shot. So there you go. I think it's time to tell you that it got better, so fuck yourself.